I just wonder, that experience of being dyslexic, how did that shape your entrepreneurial journey and what you ultimately ended up creating?
Human nature's, I think, from my experience, human nature's greatest kryptonite or greatest fear is failure. Being dyslexic, which for many people may or may not know, is a learning, I call it a learning other. I don't call it a learning challenge. It's just the way my mind is designed is very different. And I don't learn the way other people learn. I just happened to not be the smartest kid in class. And I was used to failure, and I understood that just because I'm not good at it doesn't mean I fail. And entrepreneurship will teach you something about failure. It will teach you so much about failure.
I failed so many times since leaving CNN. And I keep thinking to myself, how could I just have this one thing that worked?
It's consistent.
There's a consistent failure after that. But like the Chinese say, I only have 35 failures that I've put under my belt, and that is really the moment that you face yourself, right? And you're in the arena. And you're bloody and you're fighting.
Yes, exactly. And I loved what Brené Brown said when she talked about that. The thing I've come to appreciate about success is failure is part of it. Yeah. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. We always talk about the light bulb and how there were 9,000 ways not to do it until the 10,000th way of doing it was found. So for me, being comfortable in getting things wrong was the beginning of me getting things right. And I think that's so key when you're an entrepreneur, because when you look at this moment of artificial intelligence, from November 2022, when OpenAI came into the market, that is when a lot of people got to understand AI. But Tonee has been in the EdTech and tech space for more than 18 years. For me, this was a coming of age of an experience that has brought me to this moment where I knew how to leverage my networks, my resources, and my influence to get what I needed to get out of this AI age. There's a lot of people who are now new in the market. They're even better placed than I am. But because they don't have the experience of mistakes and choices that were wrong and making wrong turns and hiring the wrong people and investing in the wrong things, because they don't have that experience, they can't take advantage of this opportunity the way I can.
And you ultimately, in spite of all those failures, you ultimately succeeded. You built a great company. You sold it. You got some good cash. But yeah,
the money comes and goes, young lady.
Okay. So, and then you decided to turn around and invest that in Kytabu and an AI-driven learning platform. How did you know that that is what you wanted to do?
Because I wanted to solve a problem that brought me to that point. Even after building out what we built out in the hubs and creating the nexus point for what then became the Silicon Savannah, which we never preempted, Eric Hessman and I. We knew that there was a community of developers.